And then even like I just think of like these recently I get these like spam risk calls and
Yeah,
like from car warranties like there's a car warranty out there for you. It's like, all right, thanks, like bye. It's like
there is a guy on YouTube who actually, I cannot remember his name, but he baits in the scam, like when they call and say, "Oh, you have something wrong with your computer," and they want the remote into your computer and install, malware and all that kind of stuff or whatever. And he'll bait them in. He'll have like one of those virtual computers within a computer, and he'll let them tinker around inside that one, and then he backholes to their location. He'll like hack into their cameras and like watch them, and then he'll call them and he'll like troll them. He'll be like, oh, he'll look at their. It could all be fake. I don't know, not just for the laughs, but he'll look at like their Skype chats, like their intercompany Skype chats, and he'll be like, oh, why don't you go talk to your boss so and so about this? And then like they'll hang up on him. He's like, oh crap, he knows who we are or whatever. It's like it's really funny. He's a hilarious dude.
yeah,
Sorry.
I know you're good. I actually feel like I've heard about that story, like on YouTube. I feel like I've seen other people do it as well. Like, yeah, well, they're where they'll like keep like questioning them these questions, and you can hear them getting frustrated on their end because
Yeah,
that they're not falling for it. So yeah, I
yeah,
do. I do love those stories where like you're baiting the person that is trying to do you wrong. So those are
yeah.
always fun to play with sometimes when they call because it's like, all right, let's have fun with this.
You know about the scam phone call where they try to get you to say the word yes so
Mm,
that they can like run your credit card and then say, hey, do you approve these charges? And then they'll play the recording of you saying yes. And like they usually do it by like they'll call you some spam number if you answer, and they'll say, "Hey, can you hear me?" And like, "Oh yeah, I can hear," or "Yes, I can hear you," or whatever. They got you. You said yes. And what I would always say, I like to troll them, is I'll say, "I can hear you," and then they'll ask you some other question like, "Are you having a good day today?" And I respond, "I'm having a good day today." Like just like don't say yes, just affirm the response, but without. And they have like a pre-scripted list of questions. When you get down about the eighth question, you can really tell they're starting to get frustrated. And at one time, I straight up told them, I said, "Look, I'm not going to say the Y word. I know you want me to say it." And they hung up. It was like, "Yeah, okay, get out of here, Jack."
yeah, I love that. I love playing with them sometimes. Like it's a good time because yeah, like you said, it is important that even a simple word like yes can mess things up for you. Like so with these
Yeah,
people. So that's why usually when it comes to these spam risk calls, I don't answer because I feel like I'm gonna fall into that trap. Like I feel like I've heard these like well not fall into the trap of well yeah, I probably would because I feel like they would eventually get me to say yes. Like I feel like
yeah,
there's a like I know on TikTok, like I've seen this trend where like somebody's trying to not get somebody to say like try not to say the word no. And then like I
yeah,
said that eventually they will have that person saying no. So I feel like I would be one of
yeah.
those people. So like I said, it's definitely just important that if a spam risk caller is calling you, do not say yes. So because like I said, yeah, that can give away all of your information because they have these other things set up on their side of the end on this dark
Yeah,
side of whatever all mess that they are doing. So
yeah,
yeah, so we just definitely got to protect ourselves at all costs because yes, nowadays everything is going towards technology. So it's definitely good to have a lot of training on that stuff for sure. So well, actually, that actually leads me to my next question. So, what are some better ways that we can protect ourselves both physically and online? I know we've kind of spoken about it both, but if we can just kind of
yeah.
go over it again, like what are some good ways to protect ourselves in both areas?
Yeah, I think like first and foremost ties back to your first question is awareness. First you got to even know that the possibilities are out there and that you're at risk. And then two is to get some type of training. Whether, for physically, you probably want to get, and I'm guilty of this myself, some physical training. If you need to run, like me, if I had to run from somebody, well, I'm going 10 feet and I'm out of breath. So like, and then, and Hey, don't laugh. You too, hun. Uh, and then whatever, you know, weapon of choice that you want to defend yourself with, be it, mace or spray or whatever, or taser or firearm, whatever, whatever you decide to do, get training in it, get good at it, get acquainted with it, get really good at, drawing it and using it. Know, research the laws depending on, because, in some places, you're not even allowed to have tasers or spray, like Canada. Like, I don't think you're allowed to have a taser in Canada. And for example, and so you not just awareness and training, but also the knowledge of the legality and like when you're allowed to use certain things. And then, because there's always going to be, if it comes down to it, watch out, this guy. Wow, he's coming up on us. Sorry. When it comes down to it, if an event occurs and you do defend yourself and you seriously harm somebody, there's going to be an investigation. Go ahead and prepare for it, because they're going to ask you questions that may even take you in. So just already know that as well. That's more for the physical defense. And then for online defense, it's the same thing. Awareness, probably sign up for some classes and tutorials, learn how to get a VPN, all sorts of things. Keep a sharp eye open for phishing emails. And like you said earlier, there's even other scams like online jobs that are very fishy, that are scammy. And so just got to stay aware of it. And getting, another thing you can do for safety in general is like really for physical safety is know your community, get to know your neighbors. Because, 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody breaks into your house and you run out, where are you going to go? Like, you might not be able to wake your neighbor up. I would just keep going. But some people might have that option if they know their neighbor that well, or they have a key to their neighbor's house, whatever. Build that community and trust amongst your neighbors if you can. There's some people live in areas that can't really do that. But anyways, what about you? What are your thoughts on what we can do to?
Yeah, so definitely, like, so I think the key to both sides for sure is awareness is like the very first like thing. It's like really, really knowing like so the difference between someone that you can trust. Because even like I know as far as like even in my family, like here recently, one of my older brothers, like I think his email got hacked into. So like there was an email that was sent to us by that it looks like it came from him, but I think like a couple of my family members like opened it up and realized that it's not him because he was talking about like click this link. And I don't know, like some reason like in our family, like we don't, I don't know, like we don't, there's like even though just the way that like the wording came off, like we know that's not how he
Yeah,
talks. So like I said,
yeah,
just definitely even if you feel like, like I said, an email is coming from
yeah,
somebody that you know, definitely still look into those as well, especially if there's like links involved. Never click on a link because lots of those can bring viruses and mess with your computer system and listen just do a lot more, mess like do a lot more worse things and good things. So definitely that. And then like I said, yeah, as far as like the physical side, yeah, like I said, self-defense classes are good and yeah, really taking care of yourself, as far as, like I said, as far as like running, like for me, I probably would struggle as well. So like I said, I think just like I said, definitely knowing your strengths whenever it comes to self-defense and and then trying to improve on that, in other areas as well, and using, like I said, knowing the legality side of things of like as far as your weapons, where can you use your weapon, and also know how to use your weapon, and stuff like that. So that's definitely a very important. And then as far as online, don't just trust any stranger that is giving you the attention that you feel like you need because you are wanting a spouse or you are wanting a friend, or anything like that. So like I said, just definitely don't just trust the first person that you see. If they're already asking for your phone number or anything like that, definitely
Yeah.
take that in, because I know I've had that before. I have had my fair share of online dating, and I
Yeah.
had somebody like reach out to me, and they're like, hey, I like you. Here's my number. It's like, wait, like there's messaging on here. It's like,
Yeah.
why can we not just continue talking on here if you're a real person? And
Yeah.
I've actually have seen like here on like Facebook has a dating thing. So like I've actually seen where it's a different person's name but the same picture. It's like poor girl is being used.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's being used as like different
Wow.
people. And it's like, do you like I just realized like I see the same person's picture, and it also like the names are very weird. Like I know there's a lot of gender neutral names like out there that
Yeah.
both boys and girls can use. But like
Yeah.
there's some names that I feel like that you would think a male if you hear it, like if you hear
Yeah.
like Adam, like, and but it's
Yeah.
like a picture of a girl. It's like, and it's the same girl that I see. It's like I don't know. I don't think this is an Adam, or I
Well,
mean, it's
suspicious.
yeah. And then there's some like I think another time I saw the same picture and it was like it said like Logan. It's like, well, that could be harder because I have heard of both guys and girls, more guys named Logan. So it's
Yeah.
like just definitely like I said, knowing the you just got to be one step ahead of these people, because yeah,
Yeah.
that will definitely take advantage whenever they see it necessary. And then when it
Yeah.
comes to meeting somebody online, if you're going on a date with this person, definitely have a FaceTime conversation, or have some kind of way of knowing that that person on the other end is definitely them and not
Yeah.
a whole different person. So I see
A
it
video call.
definitely. Yeah.
A
Oh,
video call. Meet in public.
yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, don't be inviting somebody over to your home first time you meet somebody. So that can cause a big mess. Or don't, if they say come over to my house, don't go over there because it is a trap and you are more than likely going to be hurt and it will not be uh, good for you. So let's just definitely take care of yourself in all areas. That's for sure. It's very important. And I hope to see everybody taking this more seriously, because I know so it's important as we got to take care of ourselves out here. It's a crazy world, crazy people.
Right. Take care of yourself. Nobody else.
Yeah, so I think before we end this call, I was wondering, do you have any final thoughts regarding safety and protecting yourself, or do you feel like you got everything out?
I feel like I, for the most part, got everything up.
Yeah. So yeah, let's say just let's say if you're watching this and you feel vulnerable and you have people just reaching out to you like wanting wanting attention, wanting to go on a date with you, really get to know the person. Don't just take their word that they are who they are. Because like I said, just nowadays people are crazy out here. So just definitely take care of yourself. So
Yeah.
know what weapons you're going to use, if you're going to use any weapon at all, or if you're going to use these weapons, know how to
Okay.
use those as well. So anyway, I think that is going to end today's topic. I want to thank Max again for being here. It's good having you, and I know that you will be
Thank you,
back.
Joel.
Yes, and I know you will be back for some future podcast episodes, and I will be looking forward to having you back on those for sure. So,
Oh yeah.
let's, so I definitely appreciate you, and I definitely appreciate you if you are watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, you can give me a like, whether it's on YouTube or whether it is on Facebook, and you can also subscribe to my channel at Not Your Average Joel on YouTube. So I think that is about it. So today, as we are recording this, it is Father's Day. So to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. And I'm actually going to be here in a little bit, going to go celebrate Father's Day with my family. So I hope that everybody has a good rest of your day. and I will see y'all later. Goodbye.